Rude Boy Podcast. It's a Rude Boy Podcast. Join the Rude Boy Podcast with Brock Gleason and Admiral Stonewall.
Hello, and welcome to the Rude Boys Podcast with your host.
Oh shit, did we start?
Kyle Long. We've started now. We're in it now. I'm sorry to have to break it to you. Austin Robertson, my co-host.
I think you mean Admiral Stonewall.
You really like that name, huh?
It's a good name.
I gotta admit, hearing him say it in that rock voice was
It made it-
Admiral Stonewall.
Didn't it not sound amazing?
It sounded really good.
It sounded
I was
really
not
good.
sold on it until I heard the Bat Commander himself sing it.
And Rock Gleason sounds great too when he says it.
It does. He seemed pretty happy about Rock Gleason. They even got it right. They emphasized it right too.
Yeah, I think it's the guttural nature of the voice of the name that they really love. It does sound like a G.I. Joe character.
We'll talk about what we're talking about in a bit. But for right now, I just want to say, Austin, I'm a little behind on editing podcast episodes. I'm really sorry about that.
So if for the three people who care, if you're angry about the lack of shows, it's completely Kyle's fault.
Yeah, it's totally not your inability to set a single day, and us having to push it back day after day, week after week.
Yeah, it is Kyle's fault completely.
Because of your work schedule. Your work schedule is more hectic than mine, but I'm just lazy when it comes to editing.
Yeah.
I like doing it. I like editing, don't get me wrong, but I've had so many other things to do lately. It's hard to sit down and do this now.
I mean, if we can get some buzz around it, we can actually pull some time up aside to, make it more frequently and more reliable.
Yeah, for sure. I would love to make it more frequent because I really fell off the fucking wagon a bit ago. We recorded the last podcast, which I still have not finished editing, August 7th, which was almost 2 months ago. And now it's September 30th.
Our incredibly topical Boss Stones for their brand new album that we put out.
The album came out the end of June, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about right before it came out, or right as it came out, recording for it, and then we recorded like months after it came out, and then it's still on the
and now it's been 2 months after that. Oh man!
So our incredibly topical Boss Stones review will come out shortly, or it has already come out by the time this has come out.
I don't know. I mean, at least we don't have any release dates or anything. We don't have to abide by. When it's done, it's done.
Any early adopters are just gonna have to be okay with this nonsense.
Yeah, it's not like I put up a Patreon or anything.
No.
It's fine. No, I'm not. I don't owe anybody anything.
Our very specific charm comes from the fact that, specifically, I don't really give a shit a lot of the time, and you try your best to keep the train on the track.
I really do, and I try. And boy, have you listened to some of the more recent episodes, like 3 and 4?
I usually
don't
skim for the funny bits that you edit.
Right. Thanks, man. I'm glad you appreciate those.
I do.
But I cut out a lot of our we say nothing for 10 minutes at a time.
Well, that's what I provide. So I mean, it's kind of it kind of cuts out my section.
I mean, it depends. I like a lot of our other conversations, but some of them are just, why did we talk about this for this long? I don't remember us doing that. So, obviously I have to cut those out because it really helps the pace of the show.
What was the last big thing that I tried to derail us with that was completely cut so that people...
Talked about Ukinojo and made Ukinojo references for 10 minutes.
Oh, Okinojo.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So if anyone wants to hear all about that, then that's completely cut out. You'll never hear it. And
not completely. We still made a bunch of fucking, I replaced! I left those in. Us imitating his voice for 30 seconds. I can hear you laughing.
He's hilarious. He's one of my favorites. I love him.
He's really funny.
I love him.
Admit. But the rest of it where we just talked about the Mickey Mouse Club thing that you like so much, and then we just watched it for 2 times over the course of 10 minutes.
I mean,
I had to cut that out. Unfortunately,
the best part of that was I think you forgot it existed or had never seen it before. So when I sent it to you,
I forgot. I'd seen it a while ago.
I was enjoying it again through fresh eyes. Oh,
you my visceral reaction to it.
It was lovely.
So, downside of recording our last episode on August 7th, the Smash Brothers Direct happened the day after, August 8th, so...
Yeah.
We got a lot of cool shit coming out of that one, which I did not expect at all. Like Simon Belmont from Castlevania.
I thought Simon Belmont was a pretty sure thing, honestly. Really? I had no idea who the Echo Fighter was, because I'm not really huge into Castlevania.
Oh yeah, Richter from Rondo of Blood.
Yeah, so he was a surprise to me because I don't know who the fuck he is. But
yeah, a lot of other people had that same, like, who the fuck is Richter?
Simon was a pretty sure thing for me, I think.
Well, I mean... We didn't know that Nintendo, like, reacquired a good relationship with Konami, until, like, the Snake reveal and everyone is here. Everyone just assumed Snake was a one-time deal. Mm-hmm. So after that, you know, I could see where people might think, oh, maybe we'll get Castlevania. Maybe I will be the one invited to the threesome.
Maybe I will be the guy who will be invited into the threesome.
But,
yeah, well, that's a deep cut.
It was new to me. That's a deep cut.
That's a deep cut reference.
It's a Game Grumps reference.
It's slightly related to my other talking point today, though, so we'll keep it in.
Oh, cool. I'm excited. All right. And also, my boy, my big crocodile boy, King K. Rool, got in, and I was fucking ecstatic, dude. I was more excited for him than Ridley.
I'm not a huge Donkey Kong fan.
Oh, I'm
the only experience I've got with K. Rool is from Donkey Kong 64, and I do not like that game. I do not like that game at all.
It's not great, but look, he was great in Donkey Kong Country 1 through 3, alright? He's a fantastic final boss and villain's presence who you can feel throughout the course of the games, because he's the leader of the whole army of enemies every time you face. So it makes perfect sense.
He's a silly handbag, as far as it looks to me.
He is very silly. I love his bulging red eye. That soccer eye had. He put, like, red in his eyes throughout the Direct. That was a nice touch.
Did he do that? Did he do that to himself?
Yeah, if you look at his eyes, you can see they're like not blood red, but like really red.
Hold on, I gotta look at it real quick.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's got the big red eye. He's also painted himself green, and he's got a little crown on his head.
Yeah, remember that? That was great.
I forgot
he. Touch.
Oh wow, I can't believe he put on like 300 pounds just for this photo.
He's a method actor, Austin.
God, Sakurai is a champion.
Then another Direct happened in September, I think it was 2 weeks ago, where they revealed your girl Isabelle from Animal Crossing New Leaf.
I was more happy about Isabelle than I was about K. Rool or Richter or Simon.
This is what we have completely two different viewpoints here.
I love Animal Crossing,
yeah.
And Isabelle's a cutie, so it's like anything that gets her into the game, gets her more screen time, I guess. Is just like, I'm just happy to have her around.
Yeah, of course it's also, you know, a publicity stunt for the new game they're coming out next year for Switch.
Oh, that was what really made me happy.
Oh yeah, I wanted to hear what exactly you said, because I didn't see what you said in the chat when the new Animal Crossing 2019 and the Switch logo popped up.
Do we want to see if we can find it in our chat log?
Nah, just tell me. Just tell me what you said. Do you remember?
I'm going to take a look.
You're going to take a look? Okay. How did you feel? What true bliss flowed through you that day? When you realized that Animal Crossing was not a forgotten franchise.
Okay.
Besides, you know, a mobile game.
Yeah, here we go. Fuck Everything was my first reveal because it looked like a fake out.
Right? When you see just Isabelle. Yep.
Yeah, and I said I wanted a new game. And then one of our friends was like, I want to do Animal Crossing, but like I'm honestly okay with this. Mm-hmm. And then he says, "Oh shit," because something was happening. And
they see Tom Nook.
My four things was it's fine, but still, Nook, please.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Please, Nook.
Tom Nook for Smash. Everybody was shouting Tom Nook for Smash.
And then,
I remember.
Don't make me wait long, please. I can't take it.
And then watch them announce like December Animal Crossing, and then you'd just be like fucking shitting a brick.
Yeah, I was mad because they revealed Isabelle for Smash, and I was like, I want that game. Just give me the game. Just give me the fucking game.
Give me the Animal Crossing.
So it was like I was happy she's in the thing, and I was like, it's fine, but it's like give me the game, please.
Just please, I'm
so
begging.
they have confirmed they're working on Animal Crossing for the Switch.
Yep, just like Metroid Prime 4. We got a logo.
I haven't played any Metro Prime's games, so I don't really
really
care.
Missing out, man. Damn, they're really good.
I want to play the Animal Crossing game.
Meanwhile, I don't really have much interest, but I mean, hey, I have a Switch now, so I might as well get a new Animal Crossing game if it's good. Hopefully,
Yeah,
Watch it be like another amiibo festival.
Oh, dude, if they do that, I will snap my Switch in half.
God, I'm so sorry for all the Animal Crossing fans that begged for a game and then Amiibo Festival came out. It's just Mario Party with Amiibo.
It's not as good as Mario Party,
It's
though.
not even. It's like a 4 out of 10 game.
It's a real shame. I've got I've got some Amiibo though from that game because they were very cheap shortly after it came out.
I'm sure the price dropped pretty quickly. Yeah.
I've got my alpacas, my porcupine, and my KK Slider over there hanging out.
Oh, you have a KK Slider one?
Yeah, he's my dude. KK Slider was like my first art piece that really picked up and got me going. So it's
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
I got a big connection with that boy. I've got a little plush of him sitting at work that I keep.
Oh, he's a good boy, man. He's a good guy. Like, I don't like Animal Crossing, but I like KK Slider.
He's a cool dude.
He's a cool dude.
He's
All
like,
right, so
he's who I want.
What else happened yesterday, Austin? Just yesterday, September 29th.
Let's see. I got McDonald's yesterday.
You always do this. You always give like something completely.
You always do this.
I just listened to episode 4 the other day, and I asked you, "Hey, Austin, what happened yesterday?" Oh, I saw a dog. That's what you said.
You always do this.
You always do it. I can't trust you. I can't trust you to segue, man. You're not segwayable.
You wouldn't ask me if you wanted me to do it correctly.
You're right. I would.
We had an Aquabats thing yesterday.
We did have an Aquabats thing. The Aquabats Kickstarter actually ended. The real one now. The one where they only asked for $100,000 for a new album.
The real one. The one that was reasonable.
The other one was kind of like a PR stunt. But let's be real, it worked. The starting goal was $100,000, and yesterday they ended up with $688,000 combined with Kickstarter and add-on stuff they did throughout the campaign.
Yeah, it exceeded my expectations from when I originally saw the second Kickstarter start. Mm-hmm. It completely exceeded my expectations. I was thinking that they would just squeak out the minimum, but they took it home. They did a lot with it.
I'm really proud of them. I could not be happier. This is like the best time to be an Aquabat fan, man.
Oh yeah, I mean it's all part of like the ska revival. I think is going to happen big time eventually.
With the Aquabats.
Well, with this and the Boss Tones new album and the Interrupters are really kicking off. It's like there's
I will
some
agree
ska
that the Interrupters
presence.
are really kicking up, but the Aquabats are not a ska band anymore.
There's still lots of ska on them though. There's still that flavor in there.
Still that flavor just waiting to come out.
They still play the old songs.
Yeah, of course. Because they have Jimmy, because he can still play saxophone. And really, that's all they need.
The Jimmy with the saxophone at last night's live stream is hilarious.
Yeah, man. They said, like, wow, what was one of the questions a fan sent in during the live stream countdown? Somebody asked, what happened to the brass section? Why did Crash kick them out?
Yeah.
We just told them to leave because they were boring. Come back when they have more personality.
That was the first question, I think, and it was the only question I was thinking about sending in, so it's like...
That was a fun one, yeah.
They said that they left on their own accord because
to get real jobs,
To get real jobs.
That is true.
Is it really?
Yeah, that is absolutely true. Well, except for Travis Barker. Travis Barker still plays in bands, but the other guys, no, they still live around the same area the Aquabats do. Like, they're still friends, but... They decided, I don't really like touring, and I really want to support my family that I just made, so is it cool if I just, stop playing in the band and get a real job? And they said, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the one negative thing about being a Mormon band, is that they're all very kind of responsible like that.
Yeah, that's negative, they're responsible. That's a bad thing.
It's incredibly
I guess for the sake
bad.
of the band, yeah. But whatever, man. I'm happy that they're
I want them to suffer like I do for my art.
I want them to suffer like I do. Suffer like G do. There's another deep cut for you.
It was so deep I missed it.
There's a House of the Dead 2 reference.
Well, no wonder.
Not the movie, the game.
God,
In the opening cutscene, there's this little bat. I'm gonna explain the joke. There's this little bat guy.
Kyle,
that
I
follows
need you
around.
to edit in a reverb on your voice because this cut is so deep. I'm like trying to see you at the bottom of a canyon right now.
Well, you see, Austin, there's this little black guy.
That is not good enough. That is not good enough, Kyle. You have to put in the effort.
No, here, let me do this.
See, Austin, there's this little bad guy. He follows you around, like way back here, and he says, suffer like G did.
And there you go, that's the whole thing.
I mean, that's a little better. It did sound like you were doing like a little bit of a Carl Weezer impression while you were doing it.
Can I have some of your croissant?
Are you going to finish that croissant?
What were we talking? Something about Aquabats, right?
We were talking. Yeah. The Aquabats Kickstarter ensured that they will make 2 new albums. 2, Austin. And
great.
we're going to get a live concert album of that concert that they did last month at the El Rey, where they played all of Fury of the Aquabats, their most popular album, and they brought back the original brass section and Travis Barker, and they got Weird Al on stage. I love it.
I know, it sounds amazing. I just wish it could stay that way.
Live Aquabats
Forever.
Concerts are just the best, dude. They're just fantastic.
That was, when we get to my next thing, I'll talk about another live concert that was probably very similar in a lot of ways.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm out of stuff to talk about. What do you got? What do you want to talk about now?
Well, we do still need to talk about one thing regarding the Aquabats show.
Yeah, I do remember something else happened during that Aquabat live stream Kickstarter countdown.
We may have paid money for something.
We may have paid more. I mean, I donated to the Kickstarter, but they opened a reward, what was it, Friday night at like midnight, and they said one of the rewards was you could pay $20 to have the Aquabats make up an Aquabat name for you, which was hilarious. I liked seeing people do that. I didn't do that.
The
other one...
I'm kind of glad we didn't have them make up ours.
In hindsight...
A lot of them were not great nicknames, which isn't a problem because we already have the best nicknames.
We do, and we got them to say them out loud another way, because the second reward, it started at $75, and then it quickly went up to $100 and $125, so we got lucky, to be honest. We got it right in the middle.
Yeah.
But one of the rewards was to have the Aquabats make up a 30-second-ish song about 3 details you send in, and they'll just make it up live on the countdown. So
they were kind of rough starting out.
Yeah, they were very rough.
They needed some time to get going, which
I like JoJo the Adventure Sock. That one was good.
Well, that was good because it was nebulous and strange, which is all they needed. The other ones were very that
was very Myths, Adventures, and Other Amazing, or what is it? Myths something and Other Amazing Adventures Volume 2. That was very that album.
I think the one right before us was about like a rad king who who lost his crown. Like that one was also very good.
I was the king of rad. I was the king of rad. I was the king of rad. And I like saxophone.
And then it was ours, which came up next.
They had their musical chops, I'm not gonna lie. They still could play. Surprisingly.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't just hear like one bandmate start playing and just kind of like roll with what he was doing.
No, yeah, they were like on top of it, man. They grooved with each other immediately. They didn't have too many moments where they just got caught up, except for Jimmy's keys.
Yeah, I saw the back commander look like he was about to bitch slap Jimmy.
I love Jimmy does that on stage too, though. He'll just play random keys in the middle of other people talking. I love it, man. He's my favorite. Jimmy's so great.
Yeah, Jimmy's got a real sense of humor. He did something. There was one song where he was doing like backing vocals. Mm-hmm. And he came in like right at the end. It was just like yeah, and then he had like the just like the weirdest smile on his face. Like he was so proud of himself.
Oh man.
Oh, it was hilarious.
It's so great. But anyway, we paid them. We both chipped in like $50 is the deal for a $100 song, because I figured we both get a song out of it. And I decided, the smart man that I am, the smart marketing man, I told them to make a theme song for our podcast.
That was my idea.
Castellan, it was my idea.
Fucking genius. Pat myself on the back for that one.
Yeah, that was...
Wow, good job, Kyle.
That was my idea.
It was actually Austin's idea. I don't remember what I was going to suggest first, but he said, why not do a theme song for the podcast? I'm like, oh, I didn't even think of that. I really didn't.
Which one of us suggested that we mention Shadman during the
song? I did. I said
that was the actual good idea.
I love the Shadman joke so much. I said, dude, in these 3 details that they offer, I suggested make it about our podcast, the Rude Boys podcast.
Mm-hmm. Reasonable.
They want you to know that they record a podcast together where they talk about ska, and we'd like a theme to go with it.
A ska theme?
It's called The Rude Boys Podcast.
Wow.
Mention our names, Rock Gleason and Admiral Stonewall.
The coolest names, also reasonable.
Number 1, they don their Aqua Cadet gear and go by the names Rock Gleason and Admiral Stonewall. Hey!
Gleason, Rock Gleason, and Admiral Stonewall.
Those are fucking great names. And then the third one, I said that we have an arch rival on our podcast, and his name is the Diabolical Shadman.
Yeah.
And their arch rival is named the Diabolical Shadman.
Shadman. That sounds... He's like a shadministrator.
Shadministrator.
And I was just like, oh fuck.
A complete lie, which I want to make a thing for sure. In like the weird thing that we haven't put on paper yet, where Rock
You really
Gleason,
want the Rude Boys lore.
the Rude Boys lore. I need we're like the honorary Aquabat team they don't like to talk about because we like to swear a lot.
We do our own thing somewhere else across on the other side of the world, on the East Coast.
We sometimes help when they need it. We're an ally of the Aquabats.
We are an ally, but kind of over here.
Yeah, we're
not to be associated with them, but
we're not to hang out. We scare the kids.
We scare the kids. Yeah. I don't think we'd be allowed on a set of a TV show.
We're constantly chasing Shadman.
Oh my god! The white whale, the Shadman. The Diabolical Shadman. Okay, so look, here's what happened. I put that in there because I thought it'd be funny to hear them say Shadman out loud, and it was because the guy announcing pronounced it the Diabolical Shadman.
Shadman.
Shadman. So none of the guys got it because obviously, why would they ever know who Shadman is?
Yeah, but they did say it. He's like a Shadman. He's like a Shadministrator.
He's like a Shadman. Yeah, he's like a Shadministrator. Which honestly, I like that. That's a good sounding name.
Calling him the Shadministrator, one, makes it a lot easier for us to do that, and then also is hilarious.
A bootleg Shadman.
And also, the best part of it all was the comments. We only had like 500 people watching the stream at any given time, like at the max.
Yeah.
But there was a handful of people who were like, Shadman?
Yeah, they hear Shadman's name and they do the... Did somebody say Shadman? So I'm glad somebody noticed it. That was the real
moneymaker right there, is that we confused some people out there who were like, whoa.
Did the Aquabats just mention Shadman on a live stream in front of 500 people and children? Because kids were watching. Parents were watching with their kids because you notice a lot of the songs were people writing in for their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I totally get. The Aquabats are an old band now.
I mean, we had to let the people know. He's a menace that we've been fighting forever, and they have to know about him.
Oh, man. Oh, God. I'm going to clip this. We got to clip this and to send this to Shadman.
I've already sent him 2 tweets.
Oh, good. Excellent.
I sent him the clip of them saying his name. I also asked if he could be the official arch nemesis / rival of the podcast.
Asked if he'd be the nemesis. Oh, Austin, I love you. Thank you so much.
I explained it that he's like a fictionalized Super Sentai villain for us.
The fictionalized version of his fictional self.
Yeah. And so, I mean,
I can't stop laughing, dude. This is one of the funniest things. This is a dream come true. It was one of the best days of my life.
It was great. I assume we've already clipped it in and had it play.
Yeah,
through.
I've clipped. Okay, so hold on. Let me clip the first one too, because the second one was the more ska bouncy thing that I asked for, which was the Rude Boys podcast.
Yeah, one of the bandmates suggested, what if you do like a metal version? And I'm like,
Crash.
God, no, Crash, don't do that.
I asked for a ska theme song, and Crash immediately says, "Oh, so we should just do a metal version, right?"
Crash, no, stop.
And the transcriptor was just like, "Yeah, sure, if you want to do that to him."
If you want to do that to him.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, it's up to you. If you really wanted to do that to him.
Me.
If you really just want to fucking brush
Crash.
him off like that.
Yeah, Crash, if you want to fuck their day up.
Oh, the metal version was hilarious too. Here's a little bit of it.
Here we go.
I'm Rock Gleason, and Admiral Stonewall, We got a podcast, it isn't broadcast. We're gonna not last because we're rocking the podcast. I'm Rock Gleason, and Admiral Stonewall. Could have been better.
Ah, God, Crash, why?
Fantastic, man. I love that. Rock Gleason and Admiral Stonewall. He forgot your name on the last one, too.
Yeah, he was very slow for a minute trying to pull it back into his mind. He liked the sound of it when he said it the first time, though.
He did.
It's like Admiral Stonewall.
An Admiral Stonewall.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got what we wanted anyway. They said our names plenty of times in the song.
I think that makes us Aquabats canon.
Yep. We are absolutely Aquabats. We didn't even need the blessing. We didn't even need the $20 reward.
Which also means that Shadman is now also Aquabats canon.
God, I really want an episode where the Aquabats fight Shadman. So funny.
We should have got enough money together to write our own episode.
And people say Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover of all time.
Kyle.
I can't take it. The Aquabats and Shadman.
We would get too much money if we made that.
Too much money.
We would drown in it. Yeah, it's too bad we couldn't afford to write our own episode of the Super Show and write in the Shad Minister as an official villain.
Yeah, for like fucking $15,000 or whatever that token was for.
Oh my god, I really wish we could have afforded to make our own full song.
I know, man, but I mean, this was cheap. Like, honestly, for $100.
It was pretty cheap. It was a good budget option to make.
You know, the wallet is still $200.
Oh god, I hate that wallet. But the
that wallet is gonna kill you.
If we got the full song, we could have had our own Shark Fighter-esque song about Admiral Stonewall and Rock Gleason.
That would be pretty great, honestly. I mean, it'd sound exactly like Shark Fighter would, but I wouldn't be upset because that's pretty fun. Yeah. We'd have to come up with more details about our characters, which you've clearly been working on. I've seen your drawings.
I've been working.
Yeah, you've been in the lab working on the Rude Boys lore and the canon.
Yeah, so we'll probably build ourselves into a goofy TWRP, NSP, Aquabats-esque, just goofy, nonsensical storyline.
Yeah, that way when you get the band going, you can have Shadman come out on stage and fight him.
Oh my god, what would Shadman on stage as his persona be like?
What do you mean? Exactly like it is fucking in real life. He wears his stupid bandana. He's stupid. I'm sorry. I don't want to actually insult him. I actually like his outfit.
We do actually love Shadman.
He wears his skull, but he just doesn't give a fuck. I respect that. I respect that he really just says and does whatever offensive thing that comes to mind because he wants a laugh. And it works. He's actually a funny guy. But
he's a harmless
God. Yeah, maybe don't bring him on stage.
Maybe don't bring him on stage.
Don't give him a platform.
He's a harmless boy who we do like. He's an arch enemy in the same way that the Joker is, and that we cannot exist without him.
We can't exist without.
And even if he doesn't know it yet, he cannot exist without us. And we will tussle in combat forever.
This joke has gone on so far, but I love it so much.
It is my favorite.
We've come a long way since episode 1, Austin.
I mentioned TWRP and NSP a little bit earlier, and I wanted to mention I got to go see them in concert.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Tupperware Remix Party and Ninja Sex Party, which are pretty much the same band now.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of turning the corner to where I think Tupperware Remix Party is kind of a better band.
They are?
I think they're a better band, although I still love the persona that Ninja Sex Party has. Okay. And I mean, it's like you can't not love Danny and Brian. Like, yeah, they're amazing really dudes. Guys. They're amazing dudes. And a lot of the songs are really funny, but a lot of the new album that NSP put out is kind of like stuff I would skip. That's front loaded with all the good shit, and the back half is like, eh. But
right.
The new album that TWRP put out, Together Through Time, is fucking phenomenal.
Really?
If you have not heard it?
No.
Dude, it is astounding start to finish. It starts off with like really good, like typical TWRP fare for like the first 2 songs. And then they have a third song. Let me get the name of it real quick.
Phantom Racer featuring the Proto Men?
Yeah, the Phantom Racer
I know about that.
song.
I've heard that song.
It's amazing.
It's really good, yeah.
It's really good. Life Party, the 5th song on the album, is like one I've been jamming to a lot. It's really short, it feels like, but it's
3 minutes and 18 seconds. It's actually like one of the longer. Oh, okay, it's not one of them. Never mind. There are some songs on here that are like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I really do like some of those longer ones too. But like Life Party feels condensed, but it's super sweet. It's
I've seen this album cover and I've heard the Proto Men one, but
I got a signed poster of the cover of this album that they all signed, which I've got framed up.
Oh, nice!
And
that's gonna be valuable.
Yeah, the 9th. I don't know about that, but the ninth song on this track is called Starlight Brigade, which has Dan from NSP on it as the vocal.
Yeah.
And it sounds, for lack of a better word, it just sounds big and epic. And I've had this like movie, like animatic going through my mind every time I've heard it that I've been wanting to put down for days, and I've been trying really hard to just do like character models of the things in my head, just so that I could start doing an animatic for it, because it's been like absorbing me so much.
This one song has just absorbed all your focus and creativity. Yeah.
Also, the song after it, called "The Perfect Product," is a jam.
Song after Starlight, track 10.
What?
Song after Starlight, track 10, The Perfect Product.
Yeah, The Perfect Product has this guy called JP Incorporated doing like this kind of like sly salesman, almost like robotic tough voice, the whole thing, and it's amazing.
Sounds pretty good. I'll have
It's
to check it out.
really
I've bookmarked it for later, so thank you.
Hopefully you listen to the whole thing, and we'll talk about it as like a mini review at the beginning of the next episode, maybe.
I mean, I don't think it has anything to do with Ska. I don't think we should be mini reviewing other albums.
It's it's not a big
We'll talk
thing.
we'll talk about stuff that we listen to. Yeah, of course.
It's for the bullshit section.
Yeah, exact for this
We
exact
had
section.
we had a big part where we talked about the Now I think in the last episode, right?
Yeah, we talked about Fireflies, and we didn't talk about the whole album wasn't out when we talked about that. That was like 3 months ago.
It wasn't it?
Yeah, because the Now released at the end of July, and we recorded that episode a little bit like mid-July.
I swear we talked about it. Oh well,
we talked about the singles that released, but not the full album.
Yeah, but I recorded a lot of the concert, which you can see on my YouTube channel. Maybe Kyle can link it in the show notes or whatever. But
yeah, I can do that.
The whole concert was fantastic. I don't know if you've ever seen TWRP on stage before.
I have, absolutely. They're fucking nuts on stage, dude.
But they
love it.
The band, especially TWRT. Sorry about that.
TWRT.
TWRT, Tupperware Remix Today.
Tart.
The band lead.
Today? Question mark.
What is it? Is it Lord Song? I think it is.
I don't know their names. I'm sorry.
I think his name is Lord Sung.
Okay.
But or it's Lord Phobos and Dr. Sung, I think it is. So Phobos is the guitarist, and Dr. Sung is the main vocalist with his robot voice, his synthesized voice, and his guitar.
The vocoder, yeah.
Yeah. He is an amazing showman. Like the way he moves on stage while he does his show is amazing.
I love that he practices high kicks.
He does a lot of high kicks.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and I'm just like, yeah, man, have you seen his, like, not Vine series, he made a YouTube series about just how to practice high kicks.
He does a lot of high kicks, and he had this one section where he pulled out nunchucks and was, like, going crazy with them, like, in front of the stage, and I was like, he's gonna lose his grip, and someone on
stage?
Someone in the audience is gonna get pegged in the head with that and die. But he's definitely had his practice. He was like a master with that shit on stage.
I don't doubt it. Doubt it. He's very practiced.
And then Ninja Sex Party came out, and they had like these really amazing animated segments on the big screen featuring Laser Source. They had 3 of those sections. They had a really good instrumental in the middle with an animation. Danny Don't You Know was a big hit, of course.
Of course.
It was like, because it was near Danny's hometown. He was in Jersey. He grew up in Jersey, and we were in New York. His parents were in the audience.
Oh, his parents were in the audience of the show you went to?
Yeah, so somewhere at the top right in the VIP quarters that we just missed the tickets for, mind you, Avi was up there, probably just going, eh.
Did you get a glimpse?
I got a glimpse of Avi up there. And also, lots of the girls that were in lots of the early NSP videos were there as well. A big old group of them.
Because they're friends of him from his hometown. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it was like it was a big old jamboree, and I'm sure it was a very important show for Dan and Brian.
I'm sure they cried afterward.
Yeah, they did really well to the entire thing. It was a really amazing show.
That's great, man. I'm really glad to hear it.
Yeah, it was a really great time. So I was glad I got my. They ran out of signed CDs, unfortunately, for the Cool Patrol album.
You got the poster.
Yeah, I got the. I already have a signed poster and signed CD of the Under the Covers Volume 2.
You got that signed, really?
Yeah, I pre-ordered it, so I got it signed.
Oh, right, yeah, that's right. Yeah, they did sign those, you're right.
So I've got the poster. The poster isn't signed, but I've got it up, and I've got the signed CD case still hanging out over here. So I got 2 CD albums from Ninja Sex Party. And now that I'm really getting to TWRP as well, I'm thinking I'm going to pick up some of their stuff.
I recommend it. I think they're a fucking surprisingly good band that really deserves
good.
more recognition. They fucking work really
that,
hard.
The whole like fake G.I. Joe action figure persona that they have that also like Ninja Sex Party and the Aquabats have is like a thing I'm really digging.
G.I. Joe action figure persona.
It's just like the fake rose tinted 80s like cheese on everything.
I was gonna say like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers live action Tokusensei shows.
I love it. It's my favorite thing.
They're pretty good.
So,
anyway,
I think that's enough
now
for.
I think we've got through most of our bullshit. But this episode is going to be pretty short. It was just going to be a BS and hangout session because I wanted to hang out with you, Austin, and talk about all that fun shit that happened.
Yeah, so we were going to do an episode today. I'm sure the episode title maybe was a hint. We're doing covers of ska songs.
Yeah, ska covers. Yeah.
So
I wanted to get into that a little
ska
bit.
Music covering other music.
You just love this dragging the shit out, don't you? Thank you, Austin.
We did it. Okay. So
no, you lead. Go ahead.
I have 4 honorable / significant mentions I wanted to get through real quick because I thought they were like not good enough to go on my top 5, but I thought them for one reason or another at least significant enough to mention.
Well, I was just gonna say before we list any, we mentioned in the very first episode that ska covers have been around for a long, long time. Mm-hmm. But it was probably the late 90s when ska went mainstream and drew in, like, radio numbers that bands started doing it, like, way more often. They covered old hits, like, 10, 20 years ago, and then they turn them into ska songs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like most ska albums, I feel like, in the 90s especially, like, at least had, like, 1 or 2 covers.
Yeah, they would pretty much always have a cover in them.
So, the very first honorable mention I have here actually kind of ties into that a little bit.
Okay.
The very first honorable mention I have is "Message to You, Rudy" by the Specials.
Oh, I've heard that. I actually listened to that while I was going through my list.
So that's a cover it's a cover of a song by Dandy Livingstone.
Yeah, and the cover is by the Specials.
Yeah, so the cover is being performed by the Specials. It's like a huge ska flagship song.
You've already got a big pedigree when it comes to that band, and then you get a really fucking great ska, like a classic.
Yeah,
Message to You, Rudy.
Yeah. For most people, when you say ska, it's like the example of ska. It's like the golden standard.
Yeah, pops right in your head like that.
So it's like that was a cover of a song by Dandy Livingstone. Mm-hmm. The second song I have on here is a little different because it's a cover of a ska song performed by a Commodore 64.
What, really?
Yeah, there's a game called A Journey to the Center of the Earth based on the book, I'm certain, because none of the movies...
I'm gonna have to look this up.
I'm gonna link it to you right now so you can...
Yeah, I have my links to my ones because I figured you wouldn't know mine. I don't have any honorable mentions, just my list here.
So, I don't know how familiar you are with the original House of Fun, but I'm gonna go ahead and link you the original.
Yeah, very original of House of... Yeah.
The music video for it is amazing.
We talked about it on their first episode, I believe.
Yeah, so, House of Fun is a brilliant song. I like it a lot.
Welcome to the House of Fun. Now I've come of age.
Yeah, and here is the link to the chiptune cover of the song House of Fun by Madness, which for some reason is in this Journey to the Center of Earth game for the Commodore 64, which came out in 1984.
Who composed this?
Madness did. I don't know who did the chiptune version.
Well, that's what I gotta find out now.
There's no information. There's no movie that came out around this time that had it in the soundtrack. Someone working on this game in 1984 heard House of Fun by Madness. A lot of games around this time seem to be coming out of Britain in the UK, so it could have been just a UK fan heard the song and was like, you know what? This is the Wild West age of games. I'm just gonna go ahead and steal it and put it in my game.
Yeah, anything goes, really.
So, for some reason, there's a weird chiptune cover of House of Fun from 1984 that exists in a Commodore 64 game based on the book A Journey to the Center of the Earth.
This is definitely the definition of an honorable mention.
Yeah. I hope that's been playing in the background this whole time.
Oh, it's been playing in the background, I guarantee you.
I also don't believe that the song ever stops. So this playthrough is like 2 hours long and it never ends.
Only has one song.
As most games did in those days. Alright, so number 3.
I'm still winded.
I know, it's a weird thing.
How did you find out about this?
I found it on Reddit.
Reddit told you about this?
I found it on Reddit when somebody was looking for ska music in video games, and this was like the top suggested thing was
That's
this.
So weird.
I know it has to be the first ska song in video games.
Only released in Europe.
It has to be.
In 1984, maybe. I mean, this was a long time ago.
So the
All right, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. The next one's a bit of a surprise because it almost made it onto the top 5, but it's "Come On Eileen" by Save Ferris.
Ah, okay, yeah, that was an easy pick.
Yeah, so this one was originally by Dexy's Midnight Riders, and I have it on here purely because it was like, it'd probably be like my number 6 on this.
Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Midnight Runners, you're right.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
it would have been like a number 6 on my top 5, so I have it on here just because I really do like the song.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking good. I don't know why you wouldn't mention it. And when we're talking about Ska covers, it's up there.
I gotta mention it, but I have overplayed it a little bit.
Yeah, you have.
So
You have an obligation in your contract to mention it.
it's such a good cover, man.
We have to talk about Save Ferris, Come On Eileen whenever we talk about Ska covers. It's just, you have to. Yeah, spoiler alert. Save Ferris, Come On Eileen is my number 4. So, there you go.
Yeah.
Spoiled.
So,
Alright, so what's another honorable mention?
The last honorable mention is Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. Just in general.
Which is a rock band.
They're a punk band, which is why they're only on the mentions. They only do covers, to my knowledge. Only covers.
Yeah, they are a cover band.
They have a lot of ska influence.
Yeah.
But
I will say
they
that.
weren't ska enough for me to feel comfortable putting them on the top 5, actually. But if they were ska enough, then they probably would have got number 1 quite easily. Their covers are amazing.
Covers are really good.
Their covers are fantastic. I've been listening to a lot of their older ones. Their cover for Rainbow Connection, I love. Their cover for Science Fiction Picture Show is great.
Yeah. Science Fiction.
It's amazing.
Feature.
Their version of that's really good. I think you'd like it.
I think I would too. I listened to a bit of their stuff when we talked about it like three or four podcast episodes ago. I don't remember when we talked about it, but we definitely talked about it.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it when we were talking about Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it reminded you of them.
Yeah, because the guest vocalist from that album of Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra, I believe his name is Ken Yokoyama, who was the guy who was in the Crazy Ken Band. who is the guy who created, I think it's like Death Pizza Records or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
That's the record that Me First and the Gimme Gimmes is under.
That's right. Yeah.
So they've got and they're a really good band too. They do like the whole thing that the Aquabats did, where they had like all like a costume that they would change for every theme of new album. The one that I see on like their Spotify picture always is them in all kimono. for the stuff, but they're an amazing band.
Of the license. Yeah, we talked about this before. I remember us talking about this. Okay, so let's just get into the list. Let's just get this out of the way, because I only got like half an hour.
I've done a lot of talking, so you go ahead and start with your top 5, man.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna start. Well, I think we should just go like my number 5, your number 5, my number 4, your number 4.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Then we get up there. Okay, so my number 5. I'm pretty sure you haven't heard this. I talked about Potshot a while ago when we were talking about Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra. So again, referencing that episode, which I love. That was a good episode. I got into Potshot though, instead of them when probably like when I was just starting this job I have now in like 2015, 2016 probably. Right. And on the first album that I like so much, Pots and Shots, that's what it's called.
That's a good name.
Yeah, it's a good name. There's a cover of an 80s song by Strawberry Switchblade. That's the name of the group. It's just 2 girls and a producer.
That's a name that would make me think it was 2 girls.
Yeah, Strawberry Switchblade, yeah. There's a song called Since Yesterday. And it's this fun, kind of like, not new wavy, but kind of, you can just imagine 80s bubblegum pop.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like something that'd be bubblegum. Do you have a link for me or anything?
Yeah, I do have a link, yeah. And it's transformed into this really fast punk song, which is just a trademark of Potshot, and they have English where they can't really quite say the lyrics properly.
There's English?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna love this.
Potshot sings English in every song. They don't have many Japanese lyrics. The singer just speaks in English, a lot of the lyrics don't make sense.
I do love English. As a guy who's been trying to learn Japanese for a long time, like, English is something I adore.
Yeah, of course. But this isn't an original song, it's a cover, so, I mean, they still do actually sing the lyrics, but it's fast. And here, just check it out. Listen to it for a bit. You see what I'm talking about the English?
Yeah. It's a little hard to tell what they're saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop it now.
Yeah, you're good.
It sounds like there's a guy, like, underneath the whole song, like, in the background, also singing another song unrelated to this song. I think that's a mixing issue.
I mean, this album came out in '97, and it's surprisingly rough.
Yeah, halfway through the song, when the chorus and the drum really starts kicking in, like, I like that.
It's pretty cool sounding. And yeah, you also admit that the guitarist is actually really good.
Oh yeah, the guitar is great.
Yeah,
I can see. I actually don't know. I don't think I actually know Since Yesterday.
Yeah. Let me show you the original song too, so you can see just how much this is transformed. Because it's a completely different song.
I'm certain it's like a slow song.
Yeah, it does have horns in it though. That horn line from the beginning is the original.
Oh, is it?
Oh, this video is very. Oh. So this is the same song. Notice it's about 3 minutes, and the Potshot version is about 1:40.
Oh my god, this video.
Yeah, this video.
I wonder what decade it is.
Gee, I wonder. So we're watching the original video for Strawberry Switchblade Since Yesterday here, but now you can see exactly what I mean. It's so different.
Yeah.
But I love it. I love this cover. It's fucking dope.
I kind of like the original too.
Yeah, no, I like the original too. Yeah. I like the original song.
It's kind of scary though.
They got some crazy makeup and nails.
The makeup and nails, hair, the black and white.
80s. It's very 80s.
If you watch like 30 seconds in, one of the girls looks like she's convulsing when she's trying to dance. It's like a creepypasta. You sent me a creepypasta.
Oh, somebody's calling the siren on him, Austin. They're worried about him.
They know.
Is somebody convulsing over here?
I can use this opportunity, knowing that it'll be cut out, to find links for the songs I have on here.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Alright, I guess time for my number 5.
What's your number 5, yeah?
My number 5 is Royals. It's a cover of Royals by Lorde.
And we'll never be royals.
Okay, I already like that song.
Done by the Holophonics.
Yes! We talked about the Holophonics the other day.
There's a link for you, buddy.
I don't think I've heard this exact cover, but I've heard a lot of their stuff, and boy, these guys work hard.
Yeah, they do, man.
These guys put out a lot of cover albums, and they still make a lot of YouTube videos, so please, if you guys like Ska Covers, check out the Holophonics. These guys are great.
Actually, I didn't know that they did YouTube videos.
Yeah, dude, they got a lot of videos for their covers. You can see in the related videos, there's one.
So this is a song I really like. I'm not actually too crazy about the original,
right?
But there's a cover done by Postmodern Jukebox, where they've got Puddle's Pity Party doing the vocals for it, which made me fall in love with the song in a way.
Well, I liked her second album, Melodrama, which came out last year, 2017, I believe. Fucking fantastic album.
It's got a really ethereal quality to it.
Yeah, it's really rocking the dub style. Like the low, heavy focus on the bass and the reggae, which is good.
Yeah, I could see it being like a great backing to like a movie LSD trip.
Oh yeah, definitely. This could be definitely a background to an LSD trip or a movie. Wow.
I know it's good shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, I already like the Holophonics, so I can definitely see why you'd put this in your top 5.
I tried not to take the easy road, so I tried to find some interesting ones to.
Oh, wait till you hear my number 1, buddy.
Alright, what's your number 4 though? Hit me with that guy.
Yeah, I did spoil myself a little bit.
Try to one-up me.
I did spoil myself a little bit on number 4. I said earlier, it's Say Ferris's Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners.
I mean, it's a safe bet, so it's not. It's a really great song.
Yeah.
But it's like having Ocarina of Time as your number 1 game of all
now.
time.
We've talked about it so much.
So it's a safe number 4. It's like
man,
it's still good as shit to listen to.
Put this on. Yeah, if this comes on, it's a jam. You hear these horns, And you got, hold on, let me get
I think it had some good mainstream appeal too. It got some good radio play.
Yeah, it did get a lot of radio.
Even
play.
in the modern day, I had it one day. I had this radio station I listened to when I used to deliver pizzas that would play just random shit all day. It was called Unpredictable Radio back in Indiana.
Really?
Yeah.
That unpredictable radio station?
Yeah, they would play everything, dude. I loved it. It was
that's actually pretty fucking cool.
Here's 1930s comedy skit. Never mind, we're doing opera now. Okay, we're doing punk from the 90s. And I'm like, oh god, I love this radio station. So
man, shout outs to that radio station.
Yeah, and I was driving around and they played this song, this cover, and I was like, I love hearing ska on the radio. Just on the radio. Like there's people out there listening to this on the radio. So
yeah,
ska getting any kind of airplay I'm into.
We're also, mentioning, Monique Powell's voice. Which God, like the original vocals for Come On Eileen are okay, but Monique adds a lot in this cover. She really belts it.
I mean, the song's great. I think both versions are great.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so what's your number 4?
Here's a fun one.
All right, I'm ready for fun ones.
Here's a song.
Here's a song.
This one.
Here's a song I just made up.
This one is.
We talked about. I swear we talked about this, didn't we?
This is Wake
We
Me
did,
Up.
yeah. We absolutely did talk about this.
Yeah, we were talking about it in the Ska Kids Alliance Discord group with our boy.
No, we talked about it on the episode of the podcast too.
Did we really?
Yeah, we did. We mentioned this exact song and Ruskaha. You mentioned the Wake Me Up cover.
So this is Wake Me Up, which was originally by Avicii, rest his soul. And this is...
Oh, yeah. Wow, shit. God rest Avicii's soul. Yeah, I guess he died after we recorded that episode.
Oh, did he really?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, God, we did it.
No, we didn't. Okay, look, he had a drug problem. I'm sorry to report, but he went a little overboard one day.
Well, I don't know if Ruskaha's got a drug problem, but the...
yeah, I don't know about that, yeah.
It sounds like they do.
But man, this cover is so fun.
I know. The Ruskaha, for those
when
who
I'm
are...
older,
yeah. So Ruskaha is a Russian band, which has a lot of ska in it, but they also have, like, metal influence.
Oh yeah, but the lead singer lends his voice to metal very easily.
I mean, the other songs are more apparent, but you get lots of, like, metal breakdowns. Mm-hmm. He does a cover of Up All Night by Daft Punk, and that has, like, lots of metal breakdown in it, where he gets all growly and all that.
His voice lends itself very well.
Yeah, Wake Me Up is a brilliant little song cover.
Austin's number 4 is Wake Me Up by Ruskaha. Sorry, I didn't think we said it out loud.
I did, but It's one of my favorite things is like super badass with a little bit of silliness tossed in. That's why I love One Piece so much. Because it's a lot of... Don't do that.
I just triggered Corey. Oh, I'm triggering you too. Dreaming! Don't give it up, Luffy!
It's a bunch of badass characters who are also incredibly fucking silly, and I love it. And Ruskaha's cover of Wake Me Up is exactly that. It's silly, but badass, and it's fantastic, and it's why it's my number 4.
That's fair.
Hit me with your number 3.
Okay, my number 3 is Clap, another safe bet. This one might be on your list. I hope so. We didn't mention it yet. Take On Me by Real Big Fish.
I mean...
We'll originally by Aha. This is another one of those heavy radio play ska covers.
Have I talked about how much I love Aha? Like, unironically?
Yeah, no, you did. We played another song by them.
I fucking love Aha.
You do love Aha, yes. But yeah, the Real Big Fish's Take On Me cover is, like, how was I not gonna put it?
It's legendary. Everybody knows. We don't even have to talk about it.
Emphasize the song so well. If you haven't heard Take On Me, it's fucking... It's so good.
It's a very fun song,
cover.
too.
It's very fun. That's all I have to say, alright? What's your number 3?
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't know that cover?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
My mom knows that cover.
Yeah.
So we're not going to go very far on this next one because we got the same vocalist. Because this one...
Oh, hey! We finally get to talk about your favorite, Forces of Evil.
This is Dance the Night Away by the Forces of Evil, originally by Van Halen.
Mm-hmm, yeah, this is a Van Halen cover.
Yep, so this is the super group, which I love, formed by the lead from Real Big Fish, Mr. Aaron Barrett.
Yeah.
Some guys from the Jeffries fan club, and the Scholars and Lone Raspberry.
It's a lot.
So those bands the other ones who I do not know, got together with Aaron, and I believe Johnny Christmas is still on this album too.
They sound like his horns.
Yeah, they all got together and they produced only one album, which...
Yeah, it's a supergroup. It's
and
like a one-time
some EPs.
thing.
They did some EPs too, but...
Okay, sorry.
I think you described this supergroup as like a contingency if Cheers ruined Real Life Fish.
yeah, basically. They started the band in 2001, which was like when they were suffering a lot. Cheer Up came out in 2002. Yeah. So while they were so upset at their label and they couldn't think of anything really all that clever, they just said, "Fuck the label. We're just gonna put out our own thing."
Yeah, and I love this album, dude. But Dance the Night Away is it's one of the more singable songs from the album that I could just really dig at too. So it's like, this is a huge song I love.
Yeah, Derek Gibbs, their bassist, their current bassist, is in this band also.
It's majority Real Life Fish.
Yeah, Real Life
Fish.
Yeah.
Which is why the band's also great.
Yeah, Justin from... Oh, wow, yeah. He's an old guy. Alright. Well, there you go, yeah.
So I've had an amazing top 5 so far.
Yeah, what am I at?
What are you gonna hit me with now?
2 classics and a fucking weird one. Alright, well, we're getting another really good one here. This one, I got a little bit to talk about. I'm sure you've probably heard of this one. It's Little Bitch by Big D and the Kids Table.
I've mostly stayed away from this one.
Really? You haven't heard it?
No, not really.
It was originally a song by the Specials, but I really preferred their energy on this one.
I do vaguely remember the Specials original, but let me take a
Yeah, check out the guitar on this one and tell me you don't love it.
Yeah, let me get a little taste of this Big D.
A little taste of this Big D in your mouth, in your ears. Oh God, it just gets worse every time I say it.
Oh yeah, this is a mosh song.
Oh, you fucking better believe it.
There's gonna be lots of kicking.
Is this the part where we start kicking?
This cover is fucking fantastic, and I heard it a while ago back on Newgrounds. This is another relic of the Newgrounds Flash days.
Dude, it's a shame I've been avoiding this one.
Oh, it's so good! It's one of the best. It's one of the best Ska covers of all time.
It's a headbanger for sure, dude.
It's so good. You're welcome. I saved you. I showed you the light.
That's
Big D and the Kids Table are a great ska punk band. And this cover of the Special Songs, Little Bitch, has so much energy, and it's such a dancer. It's so much fun. It's It's my number 2 for sure.
Dude, that is not a bad number 2, man.
It's really good, right? You like that number 2 when I dropped it on you, right? Really.
This is a top quality podcast.
Right. All right. What's your number 2? You've heard it now. You can listen to it more later.
Are you ready? All right. So number 2. There's not much. It's a 2-minute song, Kyle.
I know, but like, I'm trying to. I don't have that much time.
All right. So my number 2.
We're already an hour into this.
Is "Kiss the Girl" by Suburban Legends, originally by Ashley Tisdale.
I fucking
from The Little Mermaid.
Knew it. I knew you were gonna bring up the Suburban Legends Disney.
How could you not? It's all good covers.
It's so easy. It's so easy.
This is the song that sticks out to me, specifically because the video is amazing.
It's perfect. It's too perfect. I'm too perfect.
Just watch the video of Clem being incredibly silly the entire time.
I have not seen this video, so I'll watch it now.
So, I'm sure I've mentioned it on the podcast before.
I don't think I've heard this whole album, so I may not remember this one. But we've already got Girl Butt in the first 10 seconds.
Exactly.
Oh, there's Clem. Yeah, I see.
Clem's being silly. And I can say from experience that this is true to life. Clem is exactly like this in real life.
That looks exactly like how he is all the time.
Yeah. I can tell this because I almost wrestled him, and we got very drunk together after the show. That I went to go see with him.
You look like you get along very well with Clem.
Yeah, I had a great conversation with him. He likes comic books. His favorite's Booster Gold because obviously he looks like a Booster Gold fan.
We've talked about this. Yeah.
He's a lovely man, and the video is silly as shit. And the whole
album. This video is very silly.
The album, Dreams Aren't Real, but These Songs Are, Volume 1, is great. We haven't gotten to Volume 2 yet. Also, there's a weird little bit of side trivia. I misremembered this song. I thought it was from The Lion King.
I thought Timon and Pumbaa were telling him to kiss the girl.
I thought it was a song by Rafiki. I thought Rafiki sang it. So I thought Rafiki sang it to Simba. But I guess...
Nala? Or what's her face?
I thought that's what it was. But I think my young kid brain just like saw Upendi from the second Lion King movie. And like mixed it with the original from The Little Mermaid.
You just combine those memories, your dumb kid brain.
So I don't know what happened. So give me drum roll for that number one that you got, boy.
This cover is pretty fun, I will say.
What you got?
Alright, so drum roll.
What's the best cover ever?
You want to hear one of my favorite covers ever?
What you
the
got?
Number one. Guess what, Austin? It's by Suburban Legends.
Is it really?
It is by Suburban Legends, and it's on the outside.
Hold on, is it the Golden Girls cover?
Thank you for being a friend.
No, it's on the outside by Oingo Boingo.
On the outside.
Yes.
I don't think I've heard this one.
You ready for Oh, dude, I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Are you ready for this?
Dude, let me see it.
I'm ready for you. All right, so listen to this.
As an aside, the Golden Girls cover that they do is also hilarious.
That's great. Suburban Legends do make really good covers, and they make one of my all-time favorites, which is a cover of one of my favorite Oingo Boingo songs, back when they still did ska songs, roughly. And it's on the outside, and this was on an Oingo Boingo tribute album called Dead Band's Party. And a lot of the songs on here are not great, but this one just really amplifies the ska aspect of that song, which it only has like a little bit. They're still like a new wave band. But I love it so much. When I first heard this, I was just like, that's it. This is what I want. Give it to me more. I really like this cover. Also, I think this was when Suburban Legends was at their peak. They really just turn up the aspect of it. And it's so much fun. They just kick off at the start.
Yeah, this is... I feel like the Legends have kind of smoothed out their sound a little bit over time, and this is still them when they've got a bit of an edge.
Yeah, no, this is like 2000... This is 2005, yeah.
It's not bad. That's a pretty good number one.
I like it a lot. And I fucking love Oingo Boingo. We don't get to talk about it much on this podcast, but I love Danny Elfman. He's one of my vocal idols.
He's a good chat. He's a good chat boy.
Alright, sorry. We're good. That's my number one. Suburban Legends on the outside.
You ready for mine?
I'm ready. Drum roll, please.
Ready? My number one is Real Big Fish.
Thank you, we're the Real Big Fish!
all of them.
Alright. What's the exact cover?
So I couldn't have like Real Big... I couldn't give them like 6 spots on the top 5, so... What I've done is I've listed some of their songs, which I think... Don't
fuck with me. You couldn't pick one? You couldn't pick one?
I have one which stands above the rest.
Okay, alright.
These are... I had to roll them all into one because I didn't want to have them all be the top 5.
Just wrap them up like a taco.
So, moving down up from the best Real Big Fish covers, as the number one, we have Take On Me, just because it's a classic.
Okay.
The entirety of the Fame and Fornication album, which you hate, but I like.
You do like that? It's just... I don't get it. I don't think they had to put out an entire... They just did it for money.
I think it's a fun little album.
Sure, whatever.
Their cover of New York, New York is amazing.
Start spreading the news.
That cover's great. The New York, New York cover on Cheer Up is great. We talked about that.
That's great. I like the cover. The best versions of these covers are usually from the live album. So the live version of Boys Don't Cry
Boys Don't Cry. Yeah, I knew that. I was hoping we were going to talk about that cover.
Except for Scott, because he's a sissy.
Except for Scott, because he's a sissy. Except for Scott, because he's a sissy. Boys Don't Cry.
Hungry Like the Wolf is an amazing cover that they did.
I'm kind of... The more I hear that, the less I like it. But I did like it when it came out.
I think it's a really good cover.
Are we going to talk about Unity?
No, I don't have.
Are we going to talk about a revolution?
Talking about a revolution.
No,
is that the cover too?
Nope. I've got the number one right here.
Oh, darn it! All right.
I cut it short. The number one for me is their live version of "Kiss Me Deadly."
Yes!
Originally by Lita Ford. That is my number one cover song.
God, Austin, you saved me. I was struggling to put it on this list because I love that cover so much, but it just didn't break my top 5. But you did it. You put it number 1.
Kiss Me Deadly.
I'm so happy.
Is amazing.
I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got in a fight.
The live version is so great too because the rest of the band is just having as much fun as it is for the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a shame because the Lita Ford song is really fun, but it's like just her. It's just her in like a warehouse. But in the live version with the Ska cover with Real Big Fish, the whole band gets into it. It's so great.
And Aaron's belting the entire time too.
Yes, absolutely.
Like he's doing a great job the entire time.
Oh, what a great cover. Yeah, Kiss Me Deadly by Real Big Fish. That's your number one.
So that's the reference I made earlier when I went, here's a song.
You're right! That's the first thing he says when he does it on the line. Here's a song. I went to. He just starts it.
He goes, here's a song, and then as he's singing it, one of the other bandmates just goes, here's a song.
Here's a song. I think that's Dan. I think it's Dan Regan.
I think it's Dan. It's probably Dan.
Who is also not in the band, but boy, he's a fun guy.
And that's why God invented tapioca pudding.
That was Scott, yeah. And I fell into the jacuzzi.
So, I mean,
pretty great.
Real Big Fish also has, I found some deep cut of them where they've got like a cover of Super Mario and Tetris. I found those somewhere.
Oh, I forgot to mention when we were talking about ska covers that also relates to this Kiss Me Deadly. Have you heard the Metallica album?
No.
Yeah, there's this album called Metallica, a ska tribute to 80s metal. It's not all just Metallica, but it's from the year 2000. And guess what's on it? Besides a bunch of weird covers, Real Big Fish's Kiss Me Deadly is on there. Less Than Jake covered We're Not Gonna Take It. And the Boss Tones covered Ain't Talking About Love by Van Halen. I ain't talking about love, just like I told you before.
That's a weird album.
It's so weird. We've got to listen to it because we were talking about ska covers, and this album is like legendary in the scene. A lot of people have heard this album, and it's so weird. I really want to hear it. There's a lot of weird shit, and it's funny as hell to look back on that this is what ska bands were doing in the year 2000. I know Boss Tones was doing it before then, but...
Well, I think, unfortunately, we just ran through our top 5 quite a little ways into the show, but I think Kyle's going to run off somewhere.
I do have to run off I have to make money at a thing that actually makes money.
So I think we just gotta wrap it up. We'll run through it real quick one more time. So my top 5 was Royals by Holophonics, Wake Me Up by Ruskaha, Dance the Night Away by the Forces of Evil, Kiss the Girl by Suburban Legends, and we'll just say it was Kiss Me Deadly by Real Big Fish.
Okay, great. Solid list, I gotta say. Yeah, anybody want to talk about listen to ska covers, listen to these ones. I think we have great taste. Just, I think. Alright, so my number 5 was Since Yesterday by Potshot. Number 4 was Come On Eileen by Save Ferris. Number 3 was Take On Me by Real Big Fish. Number 2 was Little Bitch by Big D and the Kids Table. And number 1 was On the Outside by Suburban Legends.
Yeah, some solid stuff. And also, just as the aside, make sure you go listen to Me First and the Gimmies too. Because if you're looking for cover shit, like our top 5s and the Me First and the Gimmies will get you all taken care of. Right?
Yeah, I mean, my Potshot thing is definitely a punk cover, but it has ska in it. But Me First and the Gimmies are a lot of punk covers with like ska influences sometimes, not really. But great cover band. All right, dude, I gotta go. I'm leaving.
Oh, we gotta say what next week. We gotta say what the next thing is.
Oh man, what's going on, Austin? Why you gotta pull me back down?
Well, we had a nice little thing with the Aquabats earlier, right?
We did have a nice little thing.
As a celebration, as making Admiral Stonewall and Rock Gleason Aquabats canon.
And Shadman.
And Shadman. The Shadministrator. Having all of that come true, I believe we should take a look at an Aquabats album next time.
Okay, alright, I'm totally down for that. I love the Aquabats. Yeah. What are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about my favorite of the Aquabats album, which is their 2000, I believe, album called Charge with 2 exclamation points.
That's 2005, that album.
Is it really?
Yes, it's much later than that. Charge is like their 5th album.
Let's talk about Charge. They're on a boat. It's a nice white album. It's just consistently fantastic.
Yeah, it's also very shows off what they are doing now, their current style. That's not really ska related, but it's still a fun album. And it's the Aquabats, so fuck it. We're gonna talk about it anyway because we love the Aquabats. All right. Yeah. So
and then maybe Kyle will keep the theme going. And we'll talk about his favorite on the next one.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's save it for then.
Yeah.
For now, though, I think we got a great episode, dude. I had a lot of fun on this one.
Yeah, this one was silly. We'll have to, I don't think we had as many funny bits for you to edit in. So
excuse me, Austin.
I just want you to fill, like, the last minute of this podcast with as many silly sounds as you can find in your Your library?
My library of stock sound effects for just this occasion.
Yeah, so see, don't use any voice clips whatsoever, but find all the sound effects you can to try and make a story, make a narrative with it, and then fill that in for the last minute.
Hey, Austin, check out this squeaky hammer I got.
That's pretty good. I have a tank, and a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And also I'm a wizard.
I'm a wizard.
Oh, wow, dude. Where'd you get those? Internet?
Internet. Fell off a truck. Oh, there goes the truck.
Alright, that's it. That's it for Rude Boys Podcast, alright? We saved the funny bits for the end. Everybody just has to suffer for like an hour and 15 minutes, and then they'll get to the funny part.
I'm just gonna eat this burger really close to the mic. Oh, and there's a tornado. There it goes.
Where am I gonna find a fucking burger eating sound? You have to go listen to fucking food reviewers?
Yeah.
Just copy the sound of them eating?
You have to go find that crazy dude that people have been talking about recently.
God damn it.
Is it Shoe Nice? Is that his name?
I'm not putting Shoe Nice in our podcast.
Shoe Nice.
Shoe Nice is our new Shad Man since Shad
Stop!
Man's canon.
I'm done. I'm walking out as we speak. Bye, Austin. It was nice.
Oh, hey, Shoe Nice. Okay.
You end the podcast. I'm going to work.
I've been left alone, guys. So here's a sound clip of a ticking clock. Oh no, there's dynamite attached to it. Ah, shit, I gotta get rid of this. Kyle? Oh shit, I'm alone. Oh god. I'm just gonna leave this dynamite here. I'm gonna get in this fancy sports car that I'm gonna rev up real quick. I'm revving it. I'm still revving it. Okay. 5th gear. Right away. Skip the first floor and then drive away. And there goes the explosion off in the background. There we go. Kyle's not here, but he'll enjoy putting that all together later. I'm sorry. Oh, there he is. I didn't realize you also had a car and was driving away with me.
I was in the sidecar. I popped my head out.
I have the sidecar of the car, not the motorcycle.
I'm ending the recording. Stop the recording.